Audio is good, right? Just a moment. Yeah, there's a large number of people that this call is actually designed for. When there is no participation, there is no benefit. And when there is interest and there is no benefit, there is frustration. So a lot of people are frustrated in this journey, not understanding the cause of frustration. We are all going to be frustrated even tomorrow. It's a lot of people don't understand the opportunity of challenges, and while I'm looking at the numbers right now, I'm having a challenge looking at the numbers on this call. This is not Saturday, this is not Sunday, this is a weekday. And because we've designed our timetable to be less trading activity, the ships are not present. The question is, I'd like to ask why. I want you guys to think like me and answer like you. Why do you think this is one of the challenges of success showing up? All right. And I just want you to observe you, think like me, observe you. Okay. And what would be the reason for you not showing up? Yes, because at some point, most of you don't show up, or you weren't showing up until something happened to you, or you realize something. But what I'd like to just pick the brain of, I'm trying to, because that's one of the greatest challenge of the environment, and it's broken down into so many other things. So yeah, I just like to hear, why do people not why do people show up not? Okay, I just like, if you want to type it out, you want to write, if you want to speak, it's tied to so many things. Maybe their work doesn't cut it, and it's not even a factor of maybe. So let me elaborate. We take statistics of participation on the weekdays. When we do trading sessions, at least the average on Per Nation is between, it's a little over 30. So let me say participation a little over 30. Okay. Yeah, on average. Sometimes it goes above, but when it's a less trading activity, it's under 15, 20. There must be a reason for that. I wouldn't know. The truth is, I can only observe, because the reason I'm saying think like me, answer like you, because in the journey of my success, I was not a victim of my unavailability. So I wouldn't know. I didn't think of why I would not show up for session. I was not a victim of expectation, disappointment. So I know why people, I've observed why people are not showing up. Okay, and I don't want to delve into just tell you, but I want to be able to understand from your perspective. That's why I say, where there is presence of weakness, the truth is established, or something like that. I don't know how true it is. Anyway, Say for me, coach, activities are heavy for me at weekends, starting on Friday to Sunday. Okay. Mm. Yeah, that's valid. But you sent that message to me directly. Can you copy the message and put it? Or you don't want, okay, let me see. No, it's okay for people to see this. Or what do you think, Fiti? No, it's not you. Someone sent me a direct message. Yours is Madam Tina, yours is public. Fiti, you sent me personal. Was that intentional? Some of us are in school. Okay. School, valid reason for excuse. Okay. Husband, it's a personal man. Okay, which means I'm just trying to collaborate all of this. Faith, which means he doesn't support you trading, or you're doing it hideously because he doesn't support it. Or he supported it at some point, but you went rogue and he disappointed his expectations. So now he doesn't want you to do it. These are part of the challenges. These are part of the things we deal with in the call. But the first challenge right now, I want us to, because I need you guys to think from my perspective, think future. Okay. If I don't, I'd wear out. At some point, I can wear out. So I'm talking, this is a class for all of us. Okay. And you know, one of the things I'm very good at is I am very, very open to sharing truths. Most of you don't know what's happening on the service that we offer. Okay. So part of this call is to also expose to you my challenges or the challenges that would lead to my bigger challenges. So while you're sharing yours, I'm going to be sharing mine. And I just want you to come from a standpoint of understanding, because things do change over time. That is why I say things I must experience time. Time is our best ally. I may have a plan, but time will reveal the solution of that plan. Time can stop, time can promote. Okay. Do you guys understand what I said? Time can stop, time can promote. It means time changes things. Okay. So it's if you are approaching this from the standpoint of me, you miss out on a lot of things. It's not about you. It's about us. Because when there is no us, there is no you. The moment you understand this, I guarantee you in 2-3 months, you start seeing the result you never planned for. And I'm just trying to get us to the line of understanding what we're doing here. I say load shedding is a big issue for me. Otherwise, I'll try by all means to attend all sessions. That English is the first time I'm actually seeing that. I never got exposed to it while I was going to school. You know, so I don't know how many of you know that English, but can it be broken down? But I know shedding, I know load, but I never knew when they married each other. So I'm trying to understand the relationship and who got them married. So please, can you break that down for me? Okay.
Okay, sir. Can I just come in there? In South Africa, we experienced, good morning, everyone. Good morning, coach. In South Africa, we have, I think in the past 2 years, we have experienced what Nigeria has been having all these years. So there are some stages. This part of the area or state doesn't have electricity like for 2 or 3 or 4 hours, or you just disconnected from electricity, everything just go blank. So, which is new for us in South Africa, we're not used to that. So it is being called load shedding. So there's electricity in part of one area, then that area comes on again, and then the other area. So it is called load shedding. It's a schedule. So
okay, I get it. I get it now. You know, pardon me. I'm a novice to that because I'm used we are used to, we grew up. So I wouldn't even know what that is because you guys know it, you call it a name now because you're just experiencing it. Me, they experienced it for me before I was born. So maybe if there was a name, it's probably Madam. That's why Madam Ihioma actually knows. Maybe if there was a name to it. I don't think it's a name in our generation. We don't know what that is. Okay, we are living in it. For us, it's probably going to be the load shedding. The load shedding will not be the unavailability of light. It's the surprise that we have light. So we are surprised. So whenever there is light, wait, they've not taken light today. It's a surprise. Like, yeah, you know, so it's almost like a miracle. So you guys are new to it. Welcome to this. Okay. I wouldn't say that's what you want to enjoy, but thank you. I understand. This is something I've learned today. So electricity can be a valid challenge. Okay. It's our lifestyle. We're used to it. We are children of light. They say light can only shine in dark places. So we're shining even in the midst of the absence of light. So that's a good one. So they just brought light in my house. So you guys are saying that light can be an issue for attitude.
Okay, I would like to speak, not right, sir, my own. I would speak on my behalf and maybe think or assume that it might be maybe 80% or 70%.
I need you to understand the question.
Yes.
What I want you to do is, I need everybody. That's why I said this call, it's a call for us. Okay. It's not a call to say what's wrong and what's not wrong. It's to observe the happenings and we deal with it. All right. So the reason I'm asking you what could be the challenge for not showing up, all right, it's not because it is not valid, but there is the presence of other things that your challenge will steal away from you, not until you highlight them out and see them, okay, you can't start making changes. So the question I asked, amidst the all of these challenges that we have, school, if you're in school, if you don't have light, the valid challenge. I didn't actually see, okay, Madam Fidi, all of the challenges, some people did not present their challenges, which is sad. But for those of you that have presented, okay, say challenge for me is I have an infant and I work, childcare is a nightmare. Valid. All right. So this is what I ask now to deal with the challenge. Does the challenge, before I say that, I want to say this. In your future, there is no excuse. Your future does not have an excuse. Write it down. Okay. Write it down so you can understand what I want to say. With excuse, there is no future, which means your excuse is absent in your future. You can never get the future with an excuse. So between the future and the excuse, what do you desire? Is it the future or the excuse? So with that in mind, okay, that's a question you answer yourself. With that in mind, I'd ask this next question. Does any of these valid reasons, okay, affect or well, how did I ask it in the first place? Affect your attitude? Did you guys get the question? Because your life is your attitude. Your future is presented by your attitude, because in your attitude lies all of your intention, your expectation. It's your attitude that projects you. So all of these excuses or reasons or valid opinions, do they affect your attitude, or are they supposed to affect your attitude? So, Kendrick, do you guys want me to elaborate attitude? And in case you guys don't know, that's a question I need answers. In case you guys don't know, one of the valid reasons that people are not sharing here is they are losing temperature. There's something that happens to you when you struggle through the week trying to win and you don't win, you lose interest in a class. That's one of the most, for me, that is one of the most valid, one of the most active reasons people don't show up. If you want to hide it in so many other activities, it's not really valid. One of the things that can affect your attitude is your expectation being disappointed. Am I talking to someone? We are all where's that English? It's load on my head right now. I'm trying to load off. Okay. Why is that English running away from me? We are prone, but prone is not the right word. But we're prone at your baby stage. You're prone to the emotions of losses. It controls your feeling. And when your feeling is not the feeling of gratitude, and it's the feeling of expectation, and when the expectations are disappointed, it takes away your success attitude. It means you're ungrateful. It means you slip into a state of, it's not really working for me. Negativity vibration is set in ablaze. You don't follow instruction. You wouldn't follow instruction. Everything is just shocking you. And that is your attitude. And your attitude leads to your altitude or depression. It's happening. Someone shows up into this environment excited with expectations, set up an account, learn a few tricks of buying and selling, join sessions, told they can actually grow their account 5%. Now they learn the tricks, but they start in that account. The moment they start that account, start going back, they keep struggling. Now this person is not interested in joining class anymore of what to learn. His whole goal is just to pass that account. And for every time he tries, he fails one account, he does it again, fails another account. What happens to that person? The attitude drains away. They begin to accept every other thing that was present, like school, light. They begin to accept them because these things were there before you registered. You knew, but at some point you told yourself that you can do it. Attitude was there when you registered. But when these things start happening, attitude goes away. What I'm sharing right now, is it real? Is it real? So this is at this point is when people take up excuses. Can I reveal to you one truth? People don't make excuses until they have a valid reason why they are failing. You guys just think about what I said. Just think about it. You never make excuse when you have the intention to succeed. You don't make excuses. When you know you want to succeed, you don't. But when you're trying to succeed, but you don't succeed and you think your failure is, because this feeling of failure, you think is in someone else, and you begin to validate excuses. Are you guys getting what I'm saying? The truth is, we don't know. We don't know the reason we are accepting these excuses that has always been there. Because guess what? Can I be honest with you? If these things were valid excuses, you wouldn't start up. True or true? If school schedule was a challenge, you weren't going to register. You knew it was a challenge, but something that is in your future, your attitude will break your barriers. You knew, a part of you knew that the time of school, my husband don't like this thing. If I fail, it's going to be a challenge. I'm going to have issues. You know, you knew. But in your future, that excuse does not exist. That is why your attitude leads to your future. So you make the decision in any way to join. And you told yourself you're going to get it right. But now you are in the sun. You're sinking. And now, oh, all of a sudden, the absence of the altitude is not, oh, this is the reason. Oh, okay, yeah, this is why. Because you are failing yourself. So you're accepting the excuse. True? For me, my challenge is that I haven't started making money in the environment, so I have to struggle to make family eat. That's valid. It's all tied to what I'm saying right now. And I'm going to bring us to one truth. Okay. I'd like to know what your challenges are, because I expect more of your challenges. I'm less expectant about your wins and your success, because your wins and your success is default. Just like trading, I'm more important about the risk. The reward, I'm less expectant about the reward. Very intentional about the risk. What is the risk of your goal? What is the risk of your desire? What is the risk of your future? Okay, that is what a lot of us are not paying attention to. This decision you made, what was the risk? What did you think the risks were? Okay, so Divine Light, when you made the decision that you were going to become a six-figure income earner, what did you think the risks were? That you will just get into the environment, you will just follow instruction, and you just become a six-figure income earner? There was something that was going to happen in the process of you becoming a six-figure income earner. What did you think they were? When you came into this environment, did you all hear that 96% of people quit within the first 6 months? How many of you heard that? Talk to me. Generally, worldwide, anybody who comes into this environment, no, maybe I'm seeing it like an info, 96% of people will quit, just how it has always been. If you say you didn't hear that, you're not my student. The reason I'm saying you're not my student means you're not following me, because if you're following almost all of my ads, that statement is always there. Almost all of my presentation, I'm always saying it. True or true? I don't think there is any presentation I'm doing that I wouldn't say 96% of people come into this environment, they fail within their first 6 months. So if you're not hearing it, it means your subconscious is polluted with so many things you don't need. And it's only giving you what you have programmed yourself for. You're not listening to the instruction. That's why if you're not hearing that, how can you follow instructions? Because if you know that there is a problem, something that will make me quit, the first thing you want to know is that's why am I here today? When I knew 96% of people quit in the environment, I knew there was a war ahead of me. I don't want to be among 96%. What do I need to do not to be among 96%? That's what a lot of you are not doing. You're just starting the journey and just following the process. One of the things I did was I wanted to know, because the 96% at some point followed the process. 96% is a big number. It's a huge number. You can't just tell me that all 96% were indisciplined traders. No. It means they didn't have desire. No. It means they didn't read book. No. A large portion of them were at fire at some point. Okay. But something they didn't have, I wanted to know. And that is what I knew that I have today. And that is what a lot of people don't want to have. Are you guys interested? Okay, I just asked a question. I said, are you guys interested? You know, sometimes I just ask, how can I make this thing simple? A lot of you are studying to learn who you are not. I came in here to learn who I am. Nobody can tell me who I am not when you learn who you are. Henry, what does that statement mean? When I started learning, I was already successful. I'm not talking about what I had. The moment I made the decision that I wanted to learn, the only thing in front of me was I was already a success. It's not dependent on the I Am Academy. It's not dependent on my coach, the person who brought me in. It's not even dependent on my wins or losses. It was entirely dependent on me. Okay, all 4%, all the people that succeed, they succeed because they shield away their expectation from people. So someone who knows what I just said can never have, I never had an excuse in the of so many excuses. And I tell you one valid truth in this environment, okay, is you are going to quit if you don't have the right attitude. It's not your desire or your need or your desire that would make you a success. Is your attitude. Because in your attitude is your discipline. Show up anyway. What makes someone show up anyway? I lost. I blew my account. Okay, I didn't even have the money to start. Emmanuel, case in point. You know, sometimes maybe I'm too far away. Okay, Emmanuel, case in point. That boy, I studied him. The boy did not have money. When he came, he didn't have money. He was a student, only receiving 19,000. Attitude got the boy where he is today. Okay, there are always excuses. No money to start. People don't love this environment. There will be so many excuses, but it is your attitude is what defines you in this environment. Showing up. Why would I show up if things are not working? Why Why did I lost my account and people's money? Okay, I didn't have anything in trading. I brought so much money in this environment. I lost it all. I sold my 2 cars, but I was still trading and teaching people. Why? Does that make sense to any one of you? So let's take Kenvry out now. Just go back into that story. Does it make sense to you? If you are the one, would it make sense to you? Yes or no? Talking to you right now. Just to explain something. Hey, when I came into this environment, I was in money. Okay. Setting me up for this environment, I lost everything in this vision because I made some mistakes. I didn't know what I didn't know. Okay. But Kenvry, what defined you in this process of you lost everything, but your expectation wasn't affected? You kept going.
Check it out. Beltron has the moves.
All right. You kept going.
That style. Later, Nick.
Are you sure this person face? Okay, hold on. Are you sure that person is from this call? Messi. That name, I've not seen that name before. Face shadow. Face shadow. Are you a member of Pale Art Nation? Type on the chat. That's my first time I've seen that name. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're good. So I just use my case as your worst case scenario. What is your worst case scenario today? Some of you have not gotten to your worst case scenario and you already lost attitude. And can I tell you one truth? You will never be a success until you face your worst case scenario. In fact, the earlier you face your worst case scenario, the closer you are to your breakthrough. Because your worst case scenario is your examination. Okay? Is your test or trial that you're really ready for it. Some people's own is not pleasant, like my own. You guys are presenting your own right now. Okay? So what is going to make the difference? Are you going to concur? Or you ask yourself, what am I doing about it? Some of you have not made money in 6 months in trading. Some of you funded account, you blew it many times. And if you still fund the next account, more chances that you're going to blow it. Okay? Some of you paid for subscription, you're not getting result. What are the things that you're not having? They're there. They've always been there. If they're not there right now, they will be there. But what makes you scale through? It's not the chart. It's not the winning trade. It's not the availability of your money. Some of you think, if I have money. No, it's not because you have money or you don't have money. Okay? I simply put it to every one of you here today. What you do when you're not seen is your attitude. Your attitude defines everything, because between what you're expecting and your work is your nature. Your work reveals your nature, who you are. Your work, you could be doing the right work, but it can only reveal your true person. And the only way to get your true person is when your expectations are affected. A successful man, I tell you this truth, every successful person must go through a trial. Check the scriptures. So if you were planning to be successful without facing trials, okay, that's what is defining what you're having right now. What you're going through right now is an example that you're not ready. Why did I create an economy or an environment where we could be communicating? Because I do know that when you're going through the trial, you need someone to communicate with. Because you will, I promised you when you got started, and I say you needed time. And I told you guys are going to experience all sorts of things. Some of you have not even started. It will happen. If it doesn't happen, I'm not a good leader. Okay? You are going to lose account that you weren't supposed to lose. In fact, you're going to win, then lose more. Okay? The growth is going to continue happening. There is no growth without a problem. So, you guys wanted to know what make 96% of people fail, all right, is because they are looking for solutions. Successful people understand the problem. You can never, even if you find solution. Okay, I just give you a case in point. Just because you're feeling headache, the next thing you take is Panadol. Is that the normal way, right? That's the logical way, right? The solution to headache is Panadol. Is that permanent? You guys are not talking to me. I love to make references to things you can understand in real life scenario. Okay? So which means if you didn't know why you were feeling headache, if the headache comes tomorrow, you're going to take Panadol, right? Because you learned that when I'm feeling headache, it's Panadol. You did not understand the problem. So you keep taking pills for temporary solutions. So even if you have the solution of trading, if you do not understand why you were poor in the first place or why you were broke, if I give you the success, you're still going to lose. In fact, you can't even hold it. You can't retain it. Because why? Okay, Justin Owens said something in one of his audio tapes, which is quite remarkable. Okay. Why DYM? I think you're being weird right now, Faze. I don't understand. What is YDYM? Is your brother still typing for you? Okay. Or your phone is on auto type or auto malfunction. This, okay. Now, Justin always said something. You have this car. It's draining battery. And your battery is down, you bought a new battery. I can't really define the story well, but I just want to paraphrase and cut it to the chase. You bought a new battery. It drains again. You got another battery. You walk for a while, it drains again. Okay, so you mean is your brother that typed that? What do you mean? Beginning to get curious. All right, so that wasn't a typo error. That was okay. So what is the solution? A lot of people keep getting they just want to fix the problem. Okay, so I'm fixing the problem if I get a new battery. But I had to understand the problem to fix it. Am I correct? Because if I understood what drains my battery, if I diagnose the car to know what drains the battery, okay, I will not just go buy a battery. I will fix what is draining the battery. So there was a switch that was not connected to the alternator, just a switch. So because it was not connected to the alternator, if I put a new battery, it's just going to wire and just finish the battery because it's not charging. It is not. So I feel, oh, I need money to take care of my family now. I need to get a home. I need to take my children to school. That is a fix for the problem. Okay, why didn't you have money amidst the environment of wealth in the world? Why do you reject success? Why is money not coming to you? Why are you among the people that are broke? That if you diagnose the problem, you can know how to fix it. 96% of people don't have a diagnosed problem. They're not problem related. They are solution oriented. So they get the solution, but they lose it. Who are you? Or what do you want to be? Some of you are here today. You need money, but you did not ask yourself, why don't you have money? Am I correct? I learned that the effect is not the problem, is the seed. So if you don't have money in your life, there's a tree of lack. Not until you kill that tree of lack, take all of the fruits you want. Even plant new trees. That tree of lack, I told you something is happening here, all right? Okay, so phase, I am just going to take you out and you watch the recording later. Does that make sense? Okay, because you're distracting me right now. He said, okay, something is really happening with phase. So go deal with. Make sure you watch the recording if you're a student of Pure Nation. Okay. So what was I saying? Distraction happen. What was the last thing I said? Okay, I think now I can give you guys them. Because of phase, I locked the meeting. All right, no, yeah, that's good. Don't click in any link. That's why I removed him. All right. Yeah. What did I say last? I'm very observant. Okay. Yeah, I had to pay attention to that.
You're talking about the seed.
Okay, yeah. So many people, there is a tree of lack. There is a tree that led to you where you are. If your bank account is low, that is not the problem. Okay, that is the fruit. And every fruit has a seed and a tree or plant. So to solve the problem, okay, it's not addressing the fruit. That's what a lot of people are doing in life. The people that are poor, that are so focused on going to school, get good grades, they're so focused, okay, I need the next business that blow. They're just focusing on the fruit. That is why you come into an environment you're not willing to learn, because what you thought you needed to learn was to solve the fruit. But learning was going to show you the tree. And if you see a tree, guess what? When you finally see something that in your life that you don't like, what are you supposed to do to it? When you see a tree in your life that you don't like, what are you supposed to do? Cut it off or uproot it? Oh yeah. So that's another one. A lot of people, they know, but they cut it off. All right. If I cut a tree off, the root is still there. Uproot. Some people don't know how to uproot. And so this is the science, or this is the breakthrough. For you to uproot, you have to dig a foundation. You have to go into the soil. It means you have to do. You will lose light to gain light. That is why the learning process is hard. A lot of people are not doing it. because to unlearn is far difficult than to learn. Some people have not learned to see what is in life for them. They're only chasing after what they don't have. And guess what? It's the cycle that continues. Because if you feed you don't have, you will never have. But if you know you have, you just want to see what is blocking you from not seeing it, your approach is going to be different. Okay, you're not going to be profit-oriented, you're going to be problem-oriented. What is causing this problem? And now you learn that is your thought. Now you begin to focus on your thought. A man who begins to focus on his or her thought has the right attitude. So they say, oh, okay, I'm not interested, I don't show up on time. Now they follow instruction because now they are observing what they are doing. They're trying to catch themselves. So you show up in the meeting. That's your consciousness. You show up in the meeting on time. You follow the instruction because you want to see why you're not getting this thing right. And if you do everything that you're being told right now, you're going to find out that you had it all in you. You begin to see the success, right? Oh, so all of this while I didn't really know me. In the midst of the challenges are your triumphs. If you keep chasing the account, you will never get it, I promise you. And even if you get it, you're still going to lose it. The problem, the tree is still there. The tree that got you to why you signed up in Empowered Nation is still there. Focus on the tree, uproot it. And when you're done uprooting it, you're going to find new leaves or breakthroughs. So this is the problem of the 96%. Okay, they don't pay attention to their cause effect. All right, they don't pay attention to their cause, they pay attention to their cause effect. Am I making sense to someone? Did this make sense to you? So when I came in, I found out. That's why I took her 3 months. After 3 months knowing, I practiced it for the next 9 months. I don't know that name also. That's another name. Who's Jordan? Okay. Did you guys get me? Jimmy Jordan. Who's that? You know, so sad that I don't know if you guys some people, maybe whether they're intentional or they are just maybe in the environment. This was a private link. I don't know how people who are not members get this link. I don't know how. And that is really another challenge itself. Okay, but I'm not even going to delve into that. I came in this environment 3 months. I wanted to learn how to lose so that I could get used to losses. That's why I funded an account to lose it. I funded $1,000. After a while trading, practicing demo, okay, funding a live account, I found out that I was losing live, but I was winning in demo. I finally figured out what I'm telling you, and I funded a live account to lose it, $1,000. My expectation changed. All my everything confused. Everything, come on. All of this while I was protecting the account, but now I'm sacrificing the account. Everything changed. Consciousness changed. And guess what? Because I wanted to lose it. How did I want to lose it? I told myself that I'm going to do what I'm doing, but this time around, I'm not emotional because I already told myself I've lost the account. I'm going to do what I have learned in documentation, and I did it. And guess what? I grew the account and I made withdrawals. I kept making withdrawals. I wasn't losing it. What changed? I identified the problem. I wasn't seeking the solution. I just identified the problem, and the problem revealed the solution. Many of you are not problem-oriented. So that is why when the problem comes, you lose your attitude. Okay? You begin to give excuses that are not in your future. For every excuse you have today why you're not winning, it is not in your future. I don't have any excuse. I have valid reasons to fail, quit, even now. But I don't accept them. Because why? It is not in my future. If you guys hear my reasons, if I tell you, some of you tell me, change this. Some of you advise me in the path that I need to go, because why? You would care. But I tell you, the weight I carry, okay, it's not in the future. It was for the process to make me strong. Okay. If I had to leave myself several times, I'd ask God, I'll go into prayer, but I'd stop praying now because God had made it clear to me, this is the part I have to take. At some point, I asked my, are you sure I'm supposed to take this part? It's too, the burden is too much for me. Okay. Just like Jesus said, let your will, not my will, but your will be. He gave up totally because it was too much. But okay, at this point in time, I've been there. You know, sometimes I share the moments of things happening. You think it's easy to want people to win, to dedicate your life to want people to win, and you kept getting disappointed that people won't even show up for the success you're making out for them and the sacrifices behind it. Do you know how much goes in drain just for this light to show up every day? I am not experiencing load shedding. I am my current light. I'm a full electricity being, making sure I show up for you. I make things available. While this is happening, I'm making the next step to having your next experience of growth. You don't know what I'm doing. I'm making all I am having, I am dedicating to growing this thing, because I believe 1,000 families is going to be a testimony of this vision. Is that me? No, but I'm seeing it through. Because why? I've been designed for it. I was problem-oriented. So I don't say, people are not showing up, let me cut the class. I don't need to do this session anymore. People are not showing up. You guys could give me valid reasons to want to not do some certain things, but I have not stopped doing them. Because why? They are not in your future, and they are not in my future. The person I'm seeing on this call right now, as long as the person understands what I'm saying, they're going to be a success, irrespective of the challenge they will go through. So guess what? I don't care. I don't care. But it's painful. It hurts. It's feel because it's valid. It's your human nature to feel it, to feel losses. Okay. It's your human nature to get down when your expectations are broken. It's in human nature, but it's not in your future nature. So identify what's in your future and eradicate its feeling today. The feeling of loss is real, family. Okay? The feeling of loss is real. All right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to lock this meeting right now. How do I do that? How do I do it? Lock meeting. All right. No one else can join because I see the meeting has been compromised. Those names that I mentioned, yeah, they are not part of this call. And I wonder who sent them the link. In this environment, there are wolves. Okay. The people, okay, let me not even get into that, but sometimes I just wonder and I think, but there are wolves in sheep clothing. All right. You guys be careful. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm wired. I'm very protective, actually. I'm wired that way. So when I get into my protective measure, I could lose balance. All right. You guys pardon me for that. Because I go in with all of my emotions. Okay. What was I saying? I just want to get in point. That's if you guys are falling. I believe you guys are falling. I just want to get in point. I don't want to. Help me. All right. So the meeting is locked. I can, yeah, give my I was saying something before I switched to. I've ended up hypnotizing you guys. Oh, my network is locked. What happened? What was I saying? I was saying something. Nobody's telling me. The mic is open now. You can just.
We are talking about if you decide to make some changes, because I think that's the last thing I should be doing.
I'm not hearing what's happening to your mic. Your mic is like you're far away in an echo.
I think just
And I was talking about I have excuses, valid excuses to. But I think I was onto something. I just want to. You said?
Okay, so can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I said you're talking about not having to, you could decide that you're not going to hold this live session, the number of people that show, but the people here are part of, as long as they're showing up, then they are part of the future you're looking at. I think that's the last thing.
Yeah, so I mentioned it was, I've seen it's not in your future, neither is not in my future. I know the challenges I was going to go through the moment I started, the moment I made the decision to go this route that people are not willing to go, because why? I've seen it. So when this challenge is coming at me, do you know calls I receive? Sometimes I hear things from people, even after everything I am doing, it's devastating that you even come at me and tell me such things. But guess what? That is why I realized that was why people don't want to go through this route. Because the emotions of managing people that are not willing to rise, they don't even know why they're falling. It's deep, it's a responsibility. And if God had put it in my thought and in my imagination to go through this route, it means He equipped me with the discipline and balance to withstand all of the pressure. So for every time it come at me and I say, no, I'm not doing it again, that was a selfish plan. It was not, it was all about me. So the moment I start seeing pressure, I begin to validate the excuses. But because I knew most of you don't know why you're even doing why you're doing, why you're feeling. So all I do is I pray the wisdom of God to have the right communication every day that will make you realize that these things are real. You just have to choose if you're going to take them in or let them go. Valid or invalid attitude. That is really what matters. Your resolve, your decision is not tied to me. It is tied to your future. You are going to lose things that are precious to you. You're going to fail many times. Okay? You're not failing. Can I tell you one truth? Most of the failing you're failing right now is not because you don't know how to trade. You're failing because you don't have what it is to attract the wins inside of you. When I'm going through challenges, it tells my trading account. What does that mean? Henry is a good trader. The only time I experience this drawdown and inconsistency in trade decision is when I'm overloaded. Like these last 2 weeks. That's why I don't question my account. Even if I lose an account in the tens of thousands, I don't question. I don't begin to ask my wife, what is happening? My trading is not doing all right. I know nothing can happen to my trading. My trading is all right. I just have to take the step back and look at what is happening to me emotionally. I'm dealing with pressure. And you know why I know that? I know me. I've studied me over time. I've documented me. The only time I get to lose, the only time I get to get imbalance in trading is when my subconscious, my programming has been, if there is a virus. So all I need to do is not question the result, go into the, what has affected this, what tears, what weed is shocking me right now. That's the right thing to do. I go in and guess what? I eliminate it because I know my outcome is settled. But what are you doing? You're questioning this guy. They're not sending the trades well. They are not. No. Everything we're doing will only lead to the result you have, not the ones we give. Okay? Did you guys hear what I said? Everything we're doing will only lead to the results you have, not the ones we give. In this same environment, people are going to get to 6-7 figures because they have it. How do they have it? They've discovered it, that it will come from their work and their attitude, not because we gave it to them. So for every time you're expecting that we will make you get better, can I tell you, you're disappointed. All right? You would use us to get better. We cannot make you get better. The moment you understand this, your expectation for us or from us will change. The goal here is we're giving you everything that you can use to weaponize yourself, your thought, your attitude to get better. Does this make sense to you? This is just the honest truth. And if before now you thought this is what you didn't sign up for, let's cut it short. All right? Because that's what a lot of people do. They get disappointed based on their expectation on system, on people, on mentors, on friends, on family. And they quit because their expectation was all about what they'll get from people. Okay? It's not about what people give to you, it's what people will show you that you'd use. So if I'm a bad friend, okay, it's you that would use my actions to make you feel bad. I'm just me. You're the one that say I'm a bad friend. Okay? Another person would say, wow, this friend makes me understand myself. So it's what you use that matters. Perception is reality. Okay? Don't allow the trading. Now I'll close this in trading because this is what gets to people. The expectation of winning. And this is what I want to close with today. You would win when you have won. If you do not win inside, you will never win outside. The battles are not outside. The battles are won inside, celebrated outside. If you're scared, you will celebrate. You would experience your fear. It will show up in your account. So you have to know, have I won my fear? Have I won my worries? Okay, if you don't win it inside, and you don't win it by the chart, looking at the market, you win it by a great resolve, balance, emotional balance, spiritual balance, personal balance. Do you know you? If you don't know you, you can't fight your battles. You have to know you. Where are you at this moment emotionally? Where are you at this moment financially? See, these are the people that get disappointed the most. The people who think they can use this trading environment to sort their finances. 100% you're going to get disappointed. Your finances are not dependent on the system. It is dependent on your strategy and your awareness. Okay, so today I'm making money from a strategy and awareness, not a system. If you take the system out, I'll put that strategy and awareness into something else and I'll still make money. That's knowledge. Okay, so if you're not strategizing, it means you don't know. And you think if I trade, if I just get that $10,000 account and I can do 10%, that's so poor of thought. Okay, that is the pattern if you know yourself. But if you don't know yourself, it becomes an illusion. You get disappointed. I am promising every one of you, okay, watch out for your disappointment because in it lies your success, but you are not prepared. The examination, the test and trials you're going through is to prepare you for the major move. If you're neglecting them, if you're not showing up, if you don't have the right attitude, if things are happening, the market is not going the way you want, the market will do what it wants. You do what you need to do. Okay? So what do you need to do today amidst all of these challenges that you're facing right now? What do you need to do? That's a question. So let's exercise some thought. What do you need to do? It's not about what you want to do. It's not about telling us what we can do better to serve you. That's relatable. We will do that. We will always provide things to keep serving you. Okay? But what do you need to do at this point? You're under this pressure. All right. For some of you, it's not the finances, but for majority of you, it's the finances. What are you doing about it? Or what do you now need to do about it? So there's going to be a strategy session. I'm just asking this question. You see, most of you are not responding because I found a way to beat you into the consciousness of really thinking deep. Okay. And this is where the breakthrough happens, self-realization. Have I been doing it right? I was not, many of you think you are alone in this journey. You're not alone. You lose. So nobody joined the meeting. Maka Wakandi. Okay, the person left. Wait. No. Oh, he changed name. Who is Jandolo? What the person did? He changed name immediately. Because I know we have 22 people on the call. Maka Wakandi. I didn't see Jandolo. Jandolo just changed name. Who is Jandolo? Jandolo, who are you? You cannot change name again. Onboarding team, do you know any Jandolo? I'm talking to Mercy. Do you know any Jandolo? Is Mercy still here? Okay. There are certain things that are going to change in no time. By the grace of God, we're working on them. We're working on them rapidly. You know, yeah. So I think every other name here, I know them. Yeah. Okay. Some people see this is what some people do. I know I'm distracted again. Okay. But I know the question I asked, so I won't ask you what I asked the question. I don't know the question. This is what some people do. They will stay in the environment. They will even register as students, stay in the environment to you. They see all of your moves, become big. They're watching that for every time I have been hacked, I was hacked by people who were in the environment. Okay, your friends. People can send you a message on WhatsApp. People can get access to your mail. All right. So sometimes it's not being too cautious. Sometimes it's just be aware. All right, try as much as possible. So that's why I don't play with, activities like this. Okay. I don't. I try my best. I pray. One thing is I'm very defensive in prayer, but attitude-wise, I'm also defensive. I try my best because I know what I have lost. Okay, just with people in sheep clothing. So I asked the question, what are you going to do about it? All right. Nobody has responded. And the reason a lot of people are not responding because this call, the people this call was really designed for, and not majority of them are not on this call. But it's also good for those of you that are here now, because you're not far from it too. If it is not happening before, it will happen. Okay. But the good thing now, you know, they will happen and happen in measure. Okay. So have the right attitude. What will be in the drawing board? I need everybody to write the word team. Team. Okay. There's something that I did, but maybe it's an advice to some people. Don't know why I have this consciousness. Maybe God made it that way. Okay. So the acronym of team is together everyone achieve the mission, or together everyone achieve more, right? Or the mission. There's a way that I've built my system to hide my emotions from my expectation, and over time I eliminated the unconscious expectation over time. I didn't just start today to know about the expectation and I can train about it and I can talk about it. No, it's something that I've done. I was a very, very sensitive person, very emotional. And for every time that I've been broken in life, is because I let my emotions play. So because I knew that, and I've lost things in life because of, not because people took it away from me, because I took it away from myself because of my feeling of sensitivity. So as I was growing, one of the things I did, I detached myself from people that could hurt me. And these things, they helped me in various ways. Just to let you guys know, the life I lived as a young teenager into a young adult was a life of separation. I separated myself from family. I separated myself from anyone who could disappoint me because of things that happened right in my teenage years. And over time, that's what I've been doing. And that's what has been affecting me. Okay. I separate. So separation is good. It makes you know, but it's not protective, because why? You get vulnerable at some point. It's not the solution. It's like buying battery for draining. You get, but I knew me that I'm very sensitive and emotional. So what I do, I don't even let myself, you know, a lot of people ask or question me when I tell them the story. Emmanuel is here today when he heard the story that I had so many relationships at some point that were real. Okay, when I was growing and, you know, stay young, I had so many relationships that I looked so connected, but for me, I wasn't connected. I had so many relationships, you know. And how was I managing them? I don't have an expectation from them. And somehow it made me a superstar. Because why? People always want to have what they don't have. A girl would always want to love a boy, all right, that they think they don't have. A man will always want to get a woman that is feeling hard to get. We're consciously wired to want to get what it is we don't have. And if you don't know that, it's a wiring. So that's one of the things I use. Okay. All right. I could leave anytime. You don't want me to leave, but I'm telling you, I could leave anytime. Don't. These are the things I don't. And guess what? I get you doing the things for me the way I choose them, wiring. But something that happened over time, years took me to understand that I wasn't protecting myself. I was hiding from my war. Okay. So what I did was I learned to be vulnerable. If you know me right now today, you can see that I'm on my vulnerable state. I share things with you, and my life is open to you. I am open to being hurt, but my expectation is not there. That's why you can't hurt me. But I am in my vulnerable state. Because why? You can only thrive in your vulnerable state. You can only thrive in pain. You can only thrive in problems. You can only win in battles. Does that make sense? Okay, so how did I learn to manage this emotional sensitivity? Team. I took my life and I made it our life. So rather than make me win, I want to see someone win. I don't have, so when my mind is wired for instruction. If I want to see someone win, I don't care about if I lose. Are you guys getting me? So my expectation of my losses are dead when I'm trying to see someone win. That is where the quote comes from. If you help people get more of what they want, subconsciously or unconsciously, actively, you're getting everything you want. Universally, you're getting everything you want. So, and guess what? You will get it without an expectation. So there were times I was earning $1,000. Today, it's no more $1,000. But I never set a goal for today's income. All I needed to do was to set myself, wire myself to see people win. Team, what are we doing together? When I came into this environment, my strategy was, what can I do to serve the environment? I went to meet the coach at the time, the leader at the time, and I told him, all right, this is what I propose to do. Okay, if we do this and I want to help, all right, and he said yes, and I went ahead to learn to help that goal, that cause. I didn't care about my winnings. I was just scared that the team wanted to win. It took years, the team, we grew. That consciousness has grown in me. Now we're not managing teams, we're managing organizations, we're managing a nation. Every day I come in, I want to see you win. Do you think, why would I be worried about my account that is going up and down? Because eventually when you win, which you will do, my network and my net worth is increased. All right. Does that make sense to you? So it's one of the greatest tools successful people have used to eliminate the worries of the battle. The battle will happen, but are you winning as a team? So what does that mean, Cambry? You have to be a team player. See to it other people win. See to it that you're showing up on time. Do you know when you show up on time? Okay, just imagine you come into this call 5 minutes before time. Many people are here, about 20 of us will come in before time. That energy is going to expand within the team. Anybody you bring in, that's what you tell them. Guess what? Over time, the energy is going to expand. You get people doing what it is they ought to do just by you consciously doing what you need them to do. Right? Eliminate self-experience and get into team experience. All right, think about Pewat Nation more than you think about your goal. Because if you help Pewat Nation get the goal, your goal is inside of Pewat Nation. Am I correct? Every of your desires inside. If we begin to fail as a nation, are you going to get what it is you want? So the more you think of the team, the nation, the people, guess what? And that's why you can go and pray. You show up on time. You would follow the instructions, because these are things that will cause us to grow. Because if you do what we tell you to do, what's going to happen? We're going to increase in results. You're going to be a product of our testimony. And what's that happen? It's going to increase our growth. And when you increase our growth, we'll create more measures to serve you. In effect, when you support the nation, you're supporting yourself invariably. That will be my time with you all today. I don't know if there is any question, but I feel with this point of consideration, is more of a reflection call. All right. Everybody who's pursuing their goal and not pursuing the team is losing value. Okay. We're created to collaborate, connect. Don't focus on your goal. Begin to focus on the goals of other people. You're going to get your goals sorted. It's law of nature. All right. Any questions so far? So for all of you that are new, you had those challenges. I asked the question, what are you going to do about it? You did not answer me. So I'm going to assume you're still going to carry these challenges and excuses off this call. Am I correct? You're going to take them with you. Am I correct? So load shedding will still affect your attitude. School will still affect your attitude. You know, spouse, caging and bad experience will still affect your attitude. Not enough money, I've not made money, I've been here for 6 months, will still affect your attitude. Any other valid one, I guess they will still affect your attitude. Am I correct? Okay, me check I'm correct. You know, there are ways you would ask questions. You know, some people don't even understand how they would answer the question. Yeah, I just said like the way I'm nodding, like it's the right way to say yes. So you just say yes, like it. Mr. Mishek, do you understand your yes, what it means? Okay, it means all your problems, you don't want it solved. Okay, all of the valid reasons why you should experience a negative attitude or feeling, all right, you're taking it with you. Nothing I've done here affects it. So that's what your yes means. All right. Okay, good. You now know what to do about it. It's not a decision if you're going to do it. But what I really want is, if you notice why I do what it is that I do, is I want you to grow. And you can only grow in the midst of your pressures. Don't avoid them. You know, we try to always honor, like that's why I told you that story. We try, it's natural for us to avoid the things that cause us pain. Okay. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, and the tunnel is in front of you. You don't walk back into a light, you walk forward. It means the things you need to face in life, they come to you so that you could face them, not run away from them. Because if you do run away from them, you're going to grow old with them. And they will still be by your side. But if you walk, face them, they will be behind you. Some of you, your fears are seen in your future. Eliminate them, draw them closer to you, and eliminate them today. All right? Eliminate your fears. And there is one thing I cannot do. If someone has a problem of insufficient money, it's because they are not doing something they need to do. Okay? All you need to do is know that thing you need to do. And some of you, know it, you're not willing to do it. It means you're not ready. If I don't have enough money, I just have to do something. So I don't believe there's anybody who will ask me on this call that, what do I need to do to have enough money? Is there anybody on this call that wants to ask me that question? Is there anybody? Or let me ask the question another way. Is there anybody who wants to know how to have enough money? Who doesn't know how to have enough money? I know some of you are not scared of answering yes or no, but you're feeling it. So you're wondering, okay, if I know it, I should be doing it now. Why is Ken real? I want to, it's not why I'm here. All right. Okay, I'll take your silence that you're scared to see, because I do know that there are some of you who would want to know how to have enough money. I do know, but maybe you're scared to say, but it's just simple, supply. All right. There's something I'm supplying today that is making me have enough money. If you don't have supply, you're always going to be on demand. All right. So it's either you go to supply. So what are you supplying today? What value are you giving the world today that someone is paying for? Okay. You can scale up. So today, I'm offering a solution to the world and I'm making money out of it. And I have things to duplicate the money. I have enough. The reason you don't have enough is you're not giving anything. So you're lacking because you're not giving anything. You're created with so much resources to give. You've not looked within you and asked, what can I give? So sometimes you may not know what to give, but you can partner and give what it's available. That's leverage. So while you're growing to know what you have, there are things that we have that we're looking for opportunities and people that would give those things that we have. And you're going to be paid for it. It's the same value. You share value, you earn money. So the next 3 months, you can make a decision to, okay, you know what? I've been here 6 months trying to get something for myself. Now I want to take the next 3 months. I want to give something to people that I can get paid for. That's value. All right. Do it for the next 3 months. You would find out that you get that thing that you're trying to get for yourself. You're going to get it because now you have empowered yourself with resource. Okay. So God bless each and every one of you. Have a beautiful weekend. Review your week. This week was an amazing week. Both sides. The market was a revelation. Okay. Target your losses. Understand your losses. If any one of you had a loss, okay, I already examined my losses. Okay, I had some incredible losses this week, and I examined them. I was supposed to have an amazing week of wins, okay, but I observed some certain things that I did, though it was based on experiment, but now I've learned something new. If at the end of the week you did not learn anything from your losses, you're not learning, you're not growing. Okay, but we had an amazing week. But I'm just trying to tell you, even in the amazing week, I had some weird experiences, all right, because of my practice. And that is the whole reason for practice. But people like us, we don't practice in a demo account. All right. So yeah, but every account of us is a demo. So evaluate your week. Ask yourself, if you sit on the table right now, what did I do this week that I'm going to evaluate? If you don't have it, that's what you should plan for next week. See you guys by 5 p.m. That's another call to action. 5 p.m. Someone is going to tell me if they're on supply on demand. So I and Emmanuel is going to be here by 5 p.m. just to serve you. All right. What do you need to do? Get on supply. Pewat Nation needs to be heard by people. If people don't know, just imagine what you've experienced today. There is never not every environment can expose this truth you are getting here to you. And these are the truths that get you to grow, not what they sell to you that they think you need. You can see over time, you see that it's not the trading that I sell to you, but you're getting better in the trading. Because why? The trading is default, the knowledge is here. But what is going to cost you to grow? People don't sell that because they don't have it. You can only give what you have. And I'm giving you what I have. We are giving you what we have. Okay? And we're willing, we're elaborate, we're winning. We're willing to share with you because we believe we're on a journey for growth. All right? Not for advertising success, but for growth. So, and many people need this environment. Love is in it, God is in it, purpose is in it, and money is in it. So all you need to do is share with people, 10 people, invite 10 people for this call. All right. Invite 20 people and follow them up. Paraventure, anyone get started, you're almost at $100 in income instantly. All right. Imagine if 5 get started, you're close to $500 in income instantly. You can now decide to multiply that $500, get, an account that you can trade live and say, okay, this account I will use this for this thing. And if this duplicates over the next 3-6 months, you could build income that is sustainable while you're learning the skill. That is supply while learning. It's powerful. I did it. All right. And you can also do it. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.